Ken Jennings just revealed the worst part of Jeopardy, and it was something he had to do 75 times as a contestant and every time as a host. He admitted that as a kid, he found this part of the show so cringy, he would leave the room. Jennings and Amy Schneider appeared on the August 10 episode of the Love It or Leave It podcast, hosted by comedian Jon Lovett. After discussing politics and AI, they got into Jeopardy. Ken Jennings shared that he came straight from work to do the podcast and had to host 5 episodes that day. This led Lovett to ask him about interviews during the games. "When you're on Jeopardy! Episode number 5, and it says on the card, so, it says here, you like skateboarding? Is your heart in it?" The host laughed and said that as a kid, he found the Jeopardy! Interviews so cringy that he left the room. "Because these people mean well, but you make them stop playing Jeopardy! For a second to talk about their cat or their trip to Thailand or something, and they're not there for that. They just want to answer the little questions," he said. "So, I try to make it good. I try to make it the least bad it can be and get out of there. My promise to you, the viewer." Lovett asked the host, "What percentage of the time do you have to say, 'No, I'm sorry, you can't also talk about trains?'" "My version of the joke would be cats," Jennings replied. "It is 100%, you would not believe the crazy thing my cat does. And I'm like, I bet I can. Does it sit on top of the couch? That's nuts." Schneider chimed in and said, "As someone who has seen Ken work up close, his ability to laugh at any story is remarkable. I spend my whole life trying to get out of conversations in 25 seconds, Jennings joked. "That's why Jeopardy! Host is the job for me." The two Jeopardy! Contestants then engaged in a few rounds of connections, where they had to answer trivia questions and then figure out what the connection was between the 3 answers. For many fans, Jeopardy! Is the epitome of polished television, a show where intellect, quick thinking, and impeccable timing collide. Yet, even the show's most celebrated host, Ken Jennings, known for his record-breaking 74-game winning streak and encyclopedic knowledge, admits there are moments that make him cringe. In a recent behind-the-scenes discussion, Jennings opened up about the aspects of Jeopardy! That can be unexpectedly awkward, and more importantly, how he strives to soften those rough edges for the contestants and the audience. From the outside, Jeopardy! Appears seamless. Contestants stand confidently behind their podiums, buzzers at the ready, as host and cameras move rhythmically across the stage. But behind the curtain, Jennings explains, even the most prepared participants can stumble under the bright lights. The hardest part isn't the trivia itself, it's the timing, he admits. "I've seen brilliant contestants blank for a second too long and lose points they clearly knew. That split-second hesitation can be brutal, and it's hard not to feel for them." Jennings points to one particular segment as his personal source of cringe, the final Jeopardy! Reveal. "You'd think it's the climax, and in a way, it is," he laughs. "But there's this pause where contestants are staring down the screen, waiting to see if they'll win or lose. I can feel their tension, and sometimes it's unbearable. People have tears in their eyes, and all I can do is stand there and read the clue. It's both beautiful and excruciating at the same time. It's a rare glimpse into the emotional intensity of the show. While viewers at home may enjoy the suspense, Jennings describes it as a delicate balancing act. I try to make it feel like a shared experience, not just a trial by trivia," he says. He has developed several strategies to ease these moments, small gestures, quick light-hearted remarks, and even adjusting his pacing. Sometimes, just a smile or a nod can remind a contestant that it's okay to breathe, Jennings adds. It's trivia, not a life-or-death scenario, even if it feels like it in that moment. Another source of awkwardness, according to Jennings, involves the contestants' interactions with each other. Jeopardy! Is famously competitive, yet the show encourages civility and camaraderie. "I've seen contestants get flustered when someone answers a question right before them," he shares. "It's this micro-moment where nerves, pride, and strategy collide. They want to be gracious, but they're also dying inside because they just lost a big opportunity. Watching that internal struggle is, well, cringeworthy, but also very human." Jennings has made it a personal mission to alleviate that tension. Over the years, he has developed a series of methods to humanize the competitive environment. One approach is humor. "I like to interject light jokes or small comments between categories," he says. "Not enough to distract, but enough to give them a tiny mental break. Sometimes that's all it takes for someone to regain their focus and perform their best." He also emphasizes preparation as a key tool. Before the show even starts filming, Jennings often chats with contestants, helping them feel at ease. We talk about their hobbies, their favorite categories, even their morning routines, he explains. It's amazing how just a few minutes of personal connection can take the edge off the intensity. When people feel seen as individuals, not just score points, the cringe moments shrink dramatically. Jennings is candid about the other side of the camera as well. Even as a veteran of the show, he experiences the occasional awkward technical mishap. Sometimes the buzzer malfunctions, or a contestant accidentally hits it too early. Those are always weird because the rules are rigid, but we're all human. I've had to keep a straight face while my own brain screams, "This is insane." His honesty about these moments resonates with fans, who often assume that the show is perfect and flawless. Interestingly, Jennings also notes that the audience, both live and at home, contributes to the tension. The live audience is fantastic, but it can amplify anxiety, he admits. Contestants hear every gasp, every cheer, and it can throw them off. I try to remind them subtly that the audience is on their side, even when it's reacting to their mistakes. This acknowledgement of the human factor on both sides of the camera underscores Jennings' empathy and skill as a host. Despite these cringe-worthy elements, Jennings is quick to clarify that they are not necessarily negative. "I don't view these moments as mistakes, they're part of the drama, part of what makes Jeopardy compelling," he says. "The tension, the suspense, the slight awkwardness, all of it tells a story. My job is just to guide it, so that both contestants and viewers can enjoy the ride." Fans may be surprised to learn that Jennings' approach extends beyond humor and preparation. He also adapts his speaking style to fit the situation. Sometimes, slower pacing helps a contestant think through a tough category, he explains. Other times, a quicker rhythm maintains energy and keeps everyone engaged. "It's like walking a tightrope, too slow and the suspense drags, too fast and it overwhelms." Finding that balance is probably the trickiest part of hosting. Jennings' dedication to improving these moments reflects his broader philosophy about Jeopardy, that it is ultimately a celebration of knowledge, curiosity, and human connection. "People often focus on who wins or loses," he observes. "But the real joy is in the process, the questions, the answers, the shared experience of learning something new. When I can reduce the cringe and amplify the joy, it feels like I'm doing my job right." He concludes with a reflection that ties together his observations. "Cringiest parts or not, every show is a chance to witness brilliance under pressure. I try to remember that, and I hope contestants do too. If I can make just one moment a little less stressful, a little more enjoyable, then it's worth it." For viewers, these insights reveal a deeper layer of Jeopardy! A world where human vulnerability and intellect intersect under the bright stage lights. Can Jennings' awareness, humor, and empathy transform what could be purely competitive moments into experiences of shared triumph, tension, and learning? It's a reminder that even in a game defined by knowledge, the human element, awkward pauses, nervous smiles, and small triumphs, is what truly makes the show unforgettable. Ultimately, Jennings' honesty about the cringiest parts of Jeopardy! Does more than entertain, it educates fans about the complexity behind the scenes. He shows that even in a show built on facts, statistics, and rapid-fire answers, empathy and human connection are essential. By sharing both the challenges and his strategies for improvement, Jennings offers viewers a rare glimpse into the subtle artistry of hosting, and why Jeopardy! Continues to captivate generations.